Hey guys, what's going on? James here. In this video today, we're going to be talking about the possibility of the Buccaneers drafting a running back in the upcoming NFL draft. As I did with the wide receivers recently, there were some interesting quotes from the NFL Combine a little bit ago that I want to talk about in this video today. So, when Jason Light was asked on how happy he is to have drafted a player like Bucky Irving last year, Jason Light had this to say: "Oh yeah, I'm very happy. This is a good running backs draft, so it kind of goes to show you last year we didn't think it was as deep, but we hit a home run. It doesn't matter in a draft if the experts or the pundits are saying it's very strong or weak at a certain position. You can still find a great player." So first off, great praise for Bucky Irving. We all know and love Bucky Irving, right, and how great he has been. But for Jason Light to say this is a good running backs draft is interesting to me. So he obviously likes the running backs in this draft class. Then, when asked on what stands out to him about this year's draft class going into the NFL Combine, Jason Light had this to say: "It's a good O-line draft. It's a good running backs draft. Like I said, there's some good interior defensive linemen, but there's always some guys that we've identified as potential sleepers on day 3, and those are the ones that we're as excited about the first round pick as we are as anybody, but those are the ones that kind of my staff has been making their bread and butter." So it's very interesting to me to say that it's a good running backs draft, right? And then pair it up with like, hey, there's a lot of sleepers on day 3. May potentially open up to the idea of the Bucs drafting a running back later on. Of course, as I said with my wide receivers, the Bucs aren't going to take a running back early. Ashton Jeanty would be hilarious, by the way, but they're not taking him. Cam Skedabu, Omarion Hampton, Kinshawn Judkins, Trayvon Henderson. These guys just aren't really going to be in the Bucs wheelhouse, in my opinion. Well, first off, the Bucs don't draft Ohio State players. Secondly, again, they're going to be addressing defensive needs, or they should, in my opinion. Edge defender, inside linebacker, cornerback should still be your top needs. Okay, but whenever I take those quotes from Jason Light and kind of mash them together, right, and say, hey, Jason Light really likes this running backs class. He said that twice, and then also to say that, like, hey, there are some sleepers in day 3, kind of leads me to go down to some of these guys that are lower on, right? The Bucs have the 157th overall pick. Do you take a look at a Kalel Mullins coming out of Michigan, 6'2", 233 pounds, was pretty good while at Michigan, right? 948 rushing yards, 12 rushing touchdowns. Could he be an option? Trevor Etienne. Is he related to Travis Etienne? I think he is. Could be an interesting backup running back in there as well. 5'9", but 205 pounds. Could be an interesting back in there. You've got Marcus Yarns coming in out of Delaware. Shout out Delaware, right? 5'11", 183 pounds, had 844 rushing yards this past season. Could he be an option? Could take another Oregon guy, Jordan James. I mean, look, 5'10", 210 pounds. Worked out for Bucky Irving. Taj Brooks. I like Taj Brooks. Taj Brooks is a beast at Texas Tech. 1,512 rushing yards, 17 rushing touchdowns, 5'10", 230 pounds. It's a bit of a sleeper, right? Dude has obviously had a lot of great success. Ollie Gordon II. Let's go to this next page here, because now we're kind of getting into 7th round territory. Donovan Edwards, dude. Donovan Edwards, 6'1", 212 pounds. Remember whenever he was supposed to be like a really big deal? Wasn't he on the cover of NCAA? That's kind of crazy work. You know, there are some sleeper guys here. Raheem Sanders could be an interesting option out of South Carolina. 881 rushing yards, 11 rushing touchdowns. You got Jaquavius Marks out of USC. Over 1,000 rushing yards, 9 rushing touchdowns. So I agree, like, running back isn't a thing where I think the Bucs are going to invest early. But I could see them going after a guy like a Taj Brooks. I mean, hey, shout out Taj Brooks. Could go after maybe a guy like a Trevor Etienne or a Cadell Mullings. If you want to wait till round 7, or maybe take an undrafted guy, maybe you take a Donovan Edwards. Maybe you take a Jaquavius Marks. I don't think the Bucs are going to invest in running back early. But whenever I do see those quotes from Jason Light, very similar to what I said with the running back situation, it does lead me to believe that, like, hey, they're going to consider guys in later rounds at wide receiver, or especially at running back. They have some sleeper guys in mind. Maybe it'll be in round 5. Maybe it'll be them trading up into round 6. Maybe it'll be them in round 7. Or maybe some of these guys will just be undrafted free agent priority type guys, right? I know the Bucs are deep at running back. You've got a starter in Bucky Williams. To be quite honest, you've got at least one other starter in Rachaad White, maybe another starter in Sean Tucker. But you could always add to the room. You always could have guys on your practice squad, and there's still some interesting names here in my opinion. and you need depth. You just need depth. So I'm going to be interested to see what the Buccaneers do at this position. What do you guys think? Do you want them to try and take a running back early? Or do you think, nah, dude, I love Bucky Irving. I love Rachaad White. I love Sean Tucker. Just take a guy at the end, or don't even take a guy at all. Don't even take a guy at all. But Jason Light likes this running backs class. He said it twice. They have some options. Hey, give me Taj Brooks. That's all I'm going to say. Give me Taj Brooks, man. Late round. Give me Taj Brooks round 5. I'm here. But anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. As always, guys, I'll see you all in the next video or the next live stream. But until then, and as always, guys, goodbye for now, and go Bucs.